Are Nigerian men polygamous by nature? Or is this just another excuse that we use to get away with cheating? So the first thing we need to understand is that the return of investment for a man that is polyamorous or polygamous, as we say it, is higher than it is for a woman. Firstly, the burden of having to carry a child for 9 months lies solely on the woman. Secondly, the burden to cater for a child comes naturally as an instinct to the woman. From the womb, connected to the woman through the umbilical cord, the mammary glands secrete food that this baby used to nourish themselves. Meanwhile, the man can get away with being absent in the life of a child. And lastly, the time taken to have multiple children for a man is way different from that of a woman. Let's take, for instance, a man and a woman plans to have 4 children. All a man has to do is to impregnate as many women as he wants, and if at least 4 of them get pregnant, then automatically, after 9 months, a man has 4 children. For a woman on the other end, in order for her to have 4 children, she will have to go through 9 months of carrying that child. If we calculate 9 months for each child, then we see that to have 4 children, it will take approximately 36 months, which is the same as 3 years. So while a man can gamble with numbers, having as many children as he wants, and by natural selection, at least a few of them get to survive, the woman cannot afford to do this. And so therefore, a woman is obliged to ensure that instead of going for quantity, she goes for quality. And this brings us to the topic that men marry for love and women marry for money. We can never really understand this until we understand the concept called hypogamy. Now, what is hypogamy? Hypogamy simply means mating up, or mating someone with a higher social and economic status than yourself. So it is often said that while men are polygamous by nature, women are hypogamous by nature. And this is because a woman has to choose the best of the best, the one who has the capacity to be able to provide for her offsprings and support her in ensuring that they have a promising future. If you are one of those that agree that men are polygamous by nature, then you'll be forced to agree also that women are hypogamous by nature. Civilization tends to drift towards monogamy. So in most civilized societies, we have more monogamous relationships than polygamous relationships. The first reason is polygamous societies tend to be more prone to violence. And this is evident where in the northern parts of Nigeria, there are more cases of insurgencies and terrorism than in every other part. And this also happens to be the geographical location where polygamy is practiced the most. Secondly, polygamy tends to increase the number of involuntary celibates that we have in the population. And how is this? Due to the fact that women in their hypogamous nature gravitate towards men that have the economic and the social status, giving their child a more promising future. And so we have a lot of women going after these few men, and this leaves a vacuum for a large amount of the population that may not be able to achieve their aims of getting to meet somebody of a higher economic and social status. Thirdly, polygamy reduces the presence of a father figure in the home and as well as in a child's life. And we can therefore come to a conclusion that the biggest casualties of polygamy are the children. This is because a man's attention is divided amongst different subjects or different wives, and therefore he can only give a little bit of himself at a time to a particular wife or a particular set of kids. And so therefore, these children tend to grow up without adequate fatherly love or adequate fatherly care